Kevon, how have your usage has been lower, this past stretch, especially considering the past, 2 seasons? Just how have you felt your game has been and assess the first quarter of your personal season?
It's been a little up and down. Been a lot of adjusting because lineup changes, people in and out. So it's been a little bit of adjusting, but just trying to figure out where to pick my spots so I can be more effective in the game, help our team win. So we've been on a pretty good run over the last 6 or 7. So I'm just trying to find a way to help make an impact.
Come on, you've been through this lineup shuffle a lot over the years. Do you find yourself being a voice for the younger players who are kind of going through this, maybe for the first or second time, that how to deal with this, how to be prepared for this?
Definitely. Something that I had to deal with my whole career. So I can relate to some of the younger guys. I'm dealing with it still now, so we all can relate. Just talking through and just try to stay ready for when the opportunities come, because it's going to come. Steve gives everybody a chance to go out there and make a difference. So when your opportunity comes, take full advantage of it. And I think the young guys and even the older guys have been doing a great job of that.
What have you seen from Trayce the last handful of games?
He's been great. You see his development from since preseason to now. His ability to make reads in the pocket, be able to finish in traffic. But even more on the defensive side, as a rookie, it's kind of tough to be able to call out all the sets and block shots and do different things like that. It's tough for a rookie. He's been doing that at a high level the last 6 or 5, 6 games, and we need him to play like that for us to be a good team. And he's been stepping up.
What's been some of the biggest differences between what's been going on the past week or so with this winning streak up until Christmas versus when you guys were struggling a bit more?
I just think guys are just playing better. I think we play a little bit better on offense. We've been stepping up to the challenge on the defensive side. Coach has really been challenging us in practice and showing us a lot of film. And at some point we knew we gotta we can't just keep talking about how good we think we can be. We gotta go out there and do it. And I think we took it as on as a group to go out there, try to win in the margin, do all the small things, and stop beating ourselves. I think early in the season we kind of beat ourselves a lot with the fouls and turnovers, and we've been trying to do a better job of that.
Obviously, you've had some great teams. You've been on some great teams with superstars. But I don't remember this much where there was not sure who all was playing in that second team, all that kind of thing. Do you think this is the deepest roster you've had that you've been
on? It's one of them. It's probably the deepest we've been in a few years. When I first got here, the whole strength and numbers thing was a real thing. You had Barbosa and Sean and Andre. That's kind of tough to say we're deeper than them. But I think this team is just as deep as anybody in the NBA right now. We just got to put it together and figure out how to close games a little bit better. And I think we are on the right path for that.
When you say coach was challenging you by showing you a bunch of film, what type of film is that? Is that you guys making mistakes? Is it sometimes tough to watch? What's that like?
It's a lot of different things. Show us a couple of games we wasn't getting back in transition. When we start fouling, they show us all our fouls. Maybe a week ago, I watched all my fouls for the month with CD, and it was kind of long to watch. So different things like that. Just the small things, the turnovers. The fouls and transition defense. That's probably the biggest thing we watch a lot of film on, and then the spacing on offense. When we get good spacing, we're really it's tough to stop, but sometimes we get jumbled up and we kind of playing without a purpose. So we watch a lot of clips on that, and just so we can improve. Yeah.
Obviously, the fouls are something that Steve Kerr has talked about a lot this season, and so have the guys. Is it a breakdown in defensive scheme? Is it a breakdown in just staying in front of you? What is it that's causing the foul trouble to become what it is?
It's a little bit of both, but a lot of it is just silly reaches, different things like that. Sometimes fouls are going to happen in the game. It's going to be somebody's going to get to the basket. You're going to be in a tough spot. We can live with those. It's just the silly, just reaching for no reason. We playing great defense, and then last minute we swipe down and different things like that. That's probably Steve, one of his biggest pet peeves. He been yelling about that for years, and I think we've been better over the last 5 games, and that's why a big part of the reason that we've been winning. But we got to continue to do better at that, and something we got to carry on for the rest of the season.
Collectively, you guys lead the league in rebounding. What would you say is like the biggest reason for that, or how you guys been so effective on the glass this season?
That's something that in training camp we really focused on. It's being a great rebounding team and crashing the glass as much as possible. We got the athletes and the rebounders to do that. J.K., Wiggs, Moses, Trayce, myself, Dario. Then even at BP, he's been great on the offensive glass this year, and I think we got such great shooters, and getting them extra possessions is going to make us that much more dangerous. We had some success with that in the playoffs, and we wanted to carry that over to the regular season. I think we've been doing a good job of that. It's been winning us some games.
So you guys have been the best rebounding team in the league this season. What do you think is the reason for that, and how do you think you've contributed to your success on the glass?
I think the biggest thing for us is honestly our coach just continues to tell us constantly to crash. It's either crash or get back, and he doesn't not allow guards to. Guards can crash. You see BP in there all the time getting rebounds, and our guards crashing is actually huge for us as well. And so I think when you have guards and bigs that are all crashing the grass, one guy back, it really puts pressure on the defense and getting rebounds.
I know a lot of it has been coming on crashing the glass and even guards chipping in, but you guys are not the biggest team in the NBA. Does it feel like you're the number one rebounding team?
Honestly, when the game goes by so fast, and there's a lot of possessions, but just the second and third point opportunities are huge for us and huge for our team, and then limiting them, and that's another huge thing that Coach preaches is boxing out. And boxing out is huge for us. And so just limiting teams to one possession and us getting 2 to 3 possessions helps us being a smaller team.
Ahead of the Wizards matchup, Kerr went into a bit of detail about the fact that a lot of players that get drafted in your position don't assume the role that you've had to assume this season, and you've played well, and he spoke about that. So being that that's the case, how have you kind of taken it all in? Was it a surprise to you that you've been able to have the presence that you've had, or did you expect this?
It's a little bit of both. I think for myself, being from where I played in college, playing 4 years, having the experience from that, being the main guy on that team, and always having the defense playing around me, playing against me. It wasn't necessarily that I didn't think I could do it. Obviously, with such great talent on our team, it's waiting your turn and waiting, and then guys get hurt and stuff of that nature. And so just it's next man up opportunity, and then you have your teammates like Steph and CP3 giving you confidence, and the sky's the limit after that. And so just playing hard every time I'm out on the floor.
Coach Kerr has compared you to a big man like Andrew Bogut in the past for your playmaking and rim protection and what you can do as a lob threat. Do you see that comparison as valid, or do you look at any of the other big men that have been on some of these successful Warriors teams in the past and take from that a little bit?
Absolutely. I think that obviously we're different players. He's a true footer, but his passing was excellent. I think he's a little bit better passer than I am. But defensively, I think is the main keys helping, mucking everything up, stuff of that nature. And the basketball IQ is a huge part that he has as well. And I think that we're similar in that aspect. But other centers, like even Draymond, I think his defensive presence and being around him and being able to learn certain things from him has helped me a lot. And so I just kind of nitpick little things and pieces from their games and try to add it to mine.
Trayce, Steve revealed to us that Gary practiced today, and he's close to coming back. Mm-hmm. What could his return mean for this team and for you, in the rotation?
Gary's huge. Gary's huge for us. He had a lot of energy today. Had a great practice, and we need him out there. Obviously, our guard depth is a little shallow right now, and just having another defensive two-way guard on the floor is going to help us a lot. And then for me, I'm just going to do whatever coach asks me to do, whether I play 5 minutes, 15 minutes, doesn't matter. I'm just going to play hard every time I'm out on the floor.